Welcome back to Storytime with Lynn. Today I'll be reading I Am Stronger Than Anxiety, written by Elizabeth Cole and illustrated by Julia Kamenshikova. Elizabeth dedicates this book to all my young readers. You are my real inspiration and love. Thank you. It was a sunny weekend. Time for some fun. Nick's dad planned a camping trip with his son. Nick was excited to spend the day with Dad, but then he thought of all the worries he had. How will I sleep without my favorite toys? How will I sleep if the thunder makes noise? What if I see monsters hiding in the tree? What if I get stung by a hard-working bee? Nick's hands started to sweat and his mouth felt dry. He was so upset that he could start to cry. His whole world felt like it was turned inside out. He was feeling anxious, there was no doubt. During the drive to the mountains, Nick didn't talk. Dad set up the tent while Nick went for a walk. Still worried, Nick wondered and looked all around. He saw a raccoon writing a note on the ground. "Hey there, what are you writing?" little Nick asked. The raccoon replied, but kept scribbling fast. "I moved to a new den where the forest ends. I was afraid I wouldn't make any new friends. So I write down my worries here on a note, and then throw away everything that I wrote." Nick took some paper and wrote his worries too. He scribbled them fast until he was through. Nick and the raccoon tossed their notes away. "I feel so much better now, I have to say." Nick thanked the raccoon and continued his walk. Then he heard someone singing behind a big rock. It was a moose with funny antlers on his head. "Hello, that's a beautiful song," little Nick said. The moose said, "I am nervous before my football game. When I have to go to the dentist, I feel the same. So whenever I'm nervous, I sing this song. It helps me feel better. It helps me feel strong." The moose taught Nick the words and he sang along. They walked through the woods singing the song. "Worries, oh worries, I will beat you all. Whether you are big or many that are small. I am fearless and I am brave too. Anxiety, I am stronger than you." Nick left the moose and saw someone new for a chat. It was a brown bear stretching out on a mat. The bear looked funny, wearing a toga. "Come and join me. I'm doing yoga. I'm trying to relax before the school play. I'm scared and don't want my anxiety to stay." Little Nick stood up tall next to the bear. He took a deep breath of fresh forest air. Together they stretched their legs and their backs. They reached arms to the sky, then stretched their necks. After all the techniques little Nick had used, he no longer felt nervous, scared, and confused. Nick told his dad about his unusual day and how all his anxiety had flown away. His dad smiled slightly and then gently said, "It's normal to have worries bothering your head. Stress and anxiety a lot of trouble can bring. Knowing how to deal with them is the most important thing." Nick was glad to share his thoughts with his dad and to tell him about all the worries he'd had. The rest of their trip was relaxing and fun. "I'm stronger than anxiety," Nick said, "and I won." Can you help little Nick find the way to I'm stronger than anxiety? Here is a note from the author, Elizabeth Cole. Thank you so much for joining me today on Storytime with Lynn. I Am Stronger Than Anxiety, written by Elizabeth Cole and illustrated by Julia Kamenshikova.